Hey guys, it's me again. It's only actually a day later from my post from yesterday. However, as anticipated, I got my cycle today, or not as anticipated, but I was anticipating it coming. I just wasn't sure when. Um, so I contacted the doctor's office and let them know that, and they were finally able to give me an actual formal timeline. So we had talked about doing a 3-month Lupron injection, and then frozen embryo transfer, priming, I guess, and then I need to consider interlipids and things like that. So just making sure that all of that is kind of aligned, and then they'd give me specific dates. So the specific dates end up falling that I would have a transfer on December 15th, which is fine. I mean, you don't really get a choice when these things kind of line up. Like, it's your body chooses when it's going to start a cycle, and you don't really have control over that. Obviously, you have a control over your decisions on whether or not to go ahead with things, but it's difficult when you're waiting and you're waiting and waiting for the opportunity to do a cycle, and then you're finally there and you're ready, and then the date kind of lands in a spot that's not ideal. So in our case, it's my husband's sister's child, so our nephew's first birthday on December 23rd, and the plan was to be there for that and to go and celebrate. I actually haven't even had the chance to meet him yet, and that has weighed heavily on me, and I think if this were the case, I'd probably go out and just at least celebrate and visit and whatnot prior to the transfer date. But not being there for his birthday is not a decision that I take lightly, and something that I'm actually really upset about. It's really frustrating with infertility because so much of it is out of your control. And you put your life on hold for so long trying to make things happen, and you can always find an excuse to delay cycles. There's always things that come up, and if we waited a month, all the monitoring would fall over the Christmas break, so it's just not possible to delay it a month, so we would have to delay it 2 months. And if we delay it 2 months, then my brother and his wife are due, so I would kind of want to be there for their birth, or, to visit or what have you, so not necessarily that they want me there, but, it's just, again, like, there's just no good timing, and that's something that everyone tells you when you start trying, that, like, people try and plan, oh, I want to have my baby in the summer, or I want to have, my baby born in this month. And I mean, as infertiles, you learn you don't really get a choice, but on top of that, you have to learn sometimes the hard way that you don't get a choice in terms of when you're going to cycle either. And I have a choice in a way, but it's just been so long that I've been waiting to get to this point, to get to this next step, that to walk away from it or delay it 3 or 4 months, although that may not seem like a long time when you add it on to the 6 months I've already been waiting, it begins to feel like a lot. And then I also know in my mind and have it planned in my head that if this cycle doesn't work, then I'm going for a laparoscopy surgery, so I'm going to have to wait, schedule a surgery, have a surgery, wait, start a protocol, have a transfer, etc. So, I mean, the time that passes between those things ends up adding up. And it's already been 5 years for us, and we're just ready to be parents, and delaying steps is a really difficult thing. I've become more patient, but at the same time, I'm ready to start my family, however that may be, and this is one step, this frozen embryo transfer, and then surgery and then transfer. Like, those are the next 2 steps in our mind before adoption or surrogacy or what have you, and all those other steps are then again going to be a process and take time. So it's just not easy, is my point, and anyone who's going through this knows that the waiting and the months that pass each day is painful. So although I'm upset, about giving up something or having to disappoint people, I have to remember that I need to take care of myself and my own needs as well. So I think that's what we're gonna have to do. So I need to find a clinic and go get monitored, make sure my hormone levels are good and that I don't have any cysts before I can give myself the injection. I'm just waiting to hear back from the clinic coordinator to make sure the dates line up, I guess, that they don't have too many other patients or something. I don't know. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now, and that's my update.